So we're just going to go by row because please tell us, a little bit about yourself, your experience to date, what brought you here, and what you're hoping to get out of it. And I'm going to start making a list because my goal is, with this size of a group, that if you came with a burning question, I really hope you don't go away empty-handed. Let's answer your specific questions. Where's the gaps in your understanding, etc. Quincy.
Okay, I'll try to double fist this. Oh, that reminds me of bad stories I can tell. Okay, well, my name is H. Quincy Long, and I'm president and founder of Quest IRA. So we're a premier provider of self-directed IRA services, and so I'm going to be speaking. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? I'm an active investor, including in notes. And a lot of other things, some of which we'll get to over the weekend just to describe things. I'll be speaking a couple of times, so I don't want to tell you too much about that, including what you can and cannot do in your self-directed IRAs. And what I hope to get out of this, besides a lot of fun, because it is a great group of people, and I'm so glad to be here, is accounts. So yes. Sorry, dudes. At least I'm honest.
Sign, if you don't have a self-directed IRA, sign up. Should I write accounts on the board?
No, you don't have to write it down.
Oh my goodness, I'm not that tall. Okay, hi, I'm Kathy Malcolm. I'm also here to present today, but I'm back in my old stomping grounds. I'm originally from California and moved to South Carolina. Been there 10 years. And I used to do a lot of real estate when I was in California. Went to South Carolina to, quote, retire, and got bored stiff. So I reconnected with Dawn and said, I want to get back in this space. I want to get active again. So I have quite a few.
Is that just because you were bored?
Yes. Sure. No, because you're so engaging that I decided to get back into the business again. So I do notes, and I have long-term holds, and I do private lending. So that's me.
Why are you here again?
Why
what do
am
you
I
want
here?
out of this?
What do I want out of this? I want connections. I want a network. That's, to me, in this area, you guys are super networkers. In South Carolina, that is an unknown thing. So, so I'm back.
Thank you.
All right, next. You betcha.
I'm Barbara Cox, and I'm from Reno, Nevada. I just came over the hill this morning, and I wanted to let you know that I do have accounts with Quincy. I have a SEP IRA and a Roth IRA, and I was late this morning because I was just getting my check off to the SEP. And
Sure you were.
that's my excuse. But I've been doing notes in landlording since 2002, and I'm a part-time note investor. I'm in the medical profession, and I'm a registered dietitian and nutritionist. I have my own business in Reno. So the notes and the landlording and investing is for my retirement because I'm self-employed. And I've done I've done some hard money lending, some private lending. I've originated notes, and I'm here for more networking, and in my area and also in other areas. When I go to conferences, I'll go and see Dykes Bodiford and Pete Fortunato, and they're from other areas. I was really excited about coming to my own area for a note conference because that usually doesn't happen. So I'm really glad to be here. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you. The dance, it's the dance.
So my name is Catherine Wong. I'm here with my partner, Patty Kivich. We're up in Portland, and we mainly do rehabs, and we also do hard money lending. Our main goals here the next couple of days is to network with all of you guys, and also to learn a lot more about notes, particularly originating the notes.
So be doing more lending?
Yes.
So more lending. What kind of questions about the lending like? Because you're already doing it. Is it marketing or is it functional?
More the details and the paperwork.
For paperwork, okay. Thank you.
No, the note buying. Yes.
Wait, buying it?
Buying or selling all the.
Oh,
various-
so that's not an origination, that's taking assignment, the secondary market?
Both.
Both, okay, great, thank you.
Alrighty. Hi guys, my name is Bo Eckstein. I live in the Bay Area and part-time in Las Vegas. Plan on moving to Vegas full-time. I like it there. Maybe move back to the lake though. I like it here too, but it's too cold. My day job, I do hard money lending. I'm a real estate broker. I'm also a salesperson in Nevada and also a Nevada mortgage broker. And buy properties in the Midwest in Indiana. And I want to maybe turnkey some and do some seller carry and create some notes and sell them off, and just trying to figure out a good business model for that. And then I know Sherry, she does some of my entity stuff, and I got an email from her, so I decided to come. And then I saw Quincy was here and Walter, so I figured I could learn something. So glad to be here.
So you want like models for
Yes, for
carrying paper?
for my turnkey model for my Indiana.
Okay, models for the paper to cash.
So specifically, let's say I'm buying something for $22,000. I'm putting in $12,000, so I need $34,000. So I want to create a model where I borrow that $34,000 from your IRA, and then when I go to sell it, so I don't need any of my own money. So I'm just trying to think of a very slick model and then carry on terms and then sell that note off, but do it all in like a very systematic model.
Okay, we'll talk about what's possible, what's myth and reality in that whole myth space. Excellent.
All right.
All right, thank you, Bo. Thank you for coming.
Hi, I'm Gail Pitcha, and I've been doing some of all of it forever. I started buying and selling real estate at 22, became a landlord at 23, and I've done a little note seller carryback. I've done some seller financing. We do some flipping. I'm currently also a real estate agent, and we have buy and holds across the country.
And you're from here, though.
Yeah, I'm from Fernley, Nevada. Yeah, I need to talk to you too, because I have a bunch of properties in Cahokia that a friend of mine's selling. So,
What's Cahokia?
Cahokia, Illinois, I have 14 of them there.
Seriously?
Yeah, soon to have 16.
Well, and is there anything in particular that you're like, this is what I'm coming for, I hope this one thing?
I'm a little weak on the buying and selling of notes and the dancing with paper. I also belong to the National Exchange Group,
Okay.
and they do a lot of the paper exchanging, and I'm a little weak on that, on how to make all that fit together.
I mean, idea-wise or paperwork-wise?
Both.
Okay.
Well, paperwork I can handle because I was title insurance for 35 years.
There you go.
So-
Okay, just strategies.
Yeah, strategies
Okay,
and
great.
dancing with all the different parts.
Okay, great. If you guys could line up so that we move this faster, just if it's in your row. Sorry, it's kind of like kindergarten parade.
Hello. Hello, I'm Laurel, and I live in Incline Village, which is a 35-minute drive. Just moved up here from California, and I'm a complete neophyte. I met Sherry. She helped me form my LLC, and I'm doing a little hard money lending. But that's about it. I've sold one house and bought a condo. So all this is all new. And so I don't really know what questions to ask, but I thought I could educate myself and network because I have SEP IRAs and things like that, and maybe use some of that money to do some self-directed stuff. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you.
So anybody has any services or things? I'm a guinea pig right here. You can say, try to sell me something.
Excellent.
I'm Deirdre Cousins. I'm from Wyoming and Cody Powell area, and I'm weak at everything. So I'm just here to learn a lot. We've just done flipping and have done some owner financing, so I think I've screwed up several things and need to clean it up, but anyway, that's why I'm here.
Oh, thank you very much.
I don't think this works anyway.
No, it's just for the recording. This is so everyone can hear you. This is so the camera records it, just so.
Okay. Hi, I'm Carmen King from Simi Valley, California. That's about an hour away from Santa Barbara. And interestingly enough, I met Dawn in April, Dawn? Going up the elevator, we were attending the Note conference, and she got me so intrigued. And I kept in touch, and I'm here. I'm a buy and hold investor for 15, 18 years now. Did well with that. I want to retire. I want to generate passive income. That's what I kept on telling Dawn. I have cash in the stock market, which is getting a little bit scary, and I'd like to move that money from the stock market to note investing. That's why I'm here.
Great.
Hi, I'm Erin Lamb. I'm from Brentwood. It's about an hour out of San Francisco. And I've done a little bit of all kinds of real estate investing.
The shrimpy one's gone now.
Okay. You've been doing that all morning. I've only had experience buying one note, and that turned out to be like a $10,000 seminar for me. And so I'm looking to buy some more notes and how to buy them, how to sell them. I want to look into partials. I want to, see how to do partials as well. So
Partials, okay.
Yep. That's it.
Good morning, Andrew Pennington from Southern California, Orange County. Hold a real estate license, but don't do much. Interested in notes and to learn more about those, and know of many people from the conference calls and some of the clubs. So just trying to see what everybody fits in and how I can fit in.
David, can you bring me a chair?
Hi, we're Chris and Susan Marks, and we're from the San Luis Obispo area in California. We have originated one note and bought several others, and we're also interested in the self-directed IRA, and just here to learn how to do a little more because
Yeah, well, we've got commercial and real estate investments as well.
Right.
And we hooked up with Dawn probably about 5 years ago, and we've bought several notes with Dawn and through Dawn, and we're just here to get all the information we can get.
And they are so adorable. They're one of my favorite people in the world.
Good morning, I'm Rich Farrell from Frisco, Texas. In my previous career, I was a home builder, and we all know what happened in the crash to home builders, so I was forced to kind of reinvent myself. Ended up, I did a lot of things, rehab, fix and flips, wholesaled. So I ended up I really like the note space. I've got some mobile home notes, some wraps, subject twos. So I've got a little bit of everything, and I'm here. I wanted to learn a little bit more about the NPN arena, and also about I think we have a speaker that's going to be speaking a little bit about the NPNs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the model for paper to cash. Right now I'm just selling to kind of lay people, friends of mine, and I'd like to see if I can expand on that.
People that actually stand up?
Yes.
Yeah. They're just laying around. I mean.
Anyway, glad to be here.
All right. Thanks, Rich.
Hi guys, my name's Wayne Snell. I actually live in Frisco too. We were actually kind of showed up here together like, wow, what are you doing here? So I am, my company name is Platinum Ventures. I am a note investor. I have been in the software industry for 30 years. I retired 2 years ago from that to run this full time. Got involved with notes because I sold a software company, made a lot of money, and it was embezzled right away. And so Ponzi scheme, real estate investment trust that wasn't. And so when you lose 7 figures, you kind of go, whoa, now what do I do? So I got involved in some buy and holds and really enjoyed that. And in Dallas, where I live, the market dried up so quick. The wholesalers were killing us. We couldn't get the returns. So somebody said, hey, you should go buy some notes and foreclose on people. And then you get your houses that you're looking for, which was the genesis of why I started doing what I do, which I learned along the way. You don't have to foreclose. You can actually be a nice guy and still finish well. So at any rate, the reason I came here is I'm always looking for new strategies. I primarily buy non-performing notes and try and convert them into performings. We do a lot of owner financing. If we foreclose, we will, well, first we'll try and just sell it because I don't want to own property. But if I do own property, then it's going to be an owner finance transaction or a turnkey rental. And so my goal here is to learn some advanced strategies and see if I can make some networks and get more notes. So that's what I do.
Hi, my name is Gene Chandler with Chandler & Chandler Financial. I'm out of Elkhart, Indiana, which is kind of like in the middle of the state, right on the border between Michigan and Indiana. And I just do Indiana, Michigan non-performing notes. I was back in 2000, I was a general contractor, builder, developer, and everything crashed, and my wife and I pretty much lost everything. And so we had to start over again. And I'd heard about notes and started getting into them, started studying up, and we didn't have any money. And so we started to find a few here and there and started to look at it, like what kind of figures there were. And at that particular time, when I first started buying notes, you could buy them at 25%. And so she was talking 10. I'd never seen the 10%, but I'd seen the 25s, 35, 45. And so we put enough money together to buy a note and bought it and sold it. I think we bought it, paid $6,700 for our first one and sold it 5 weeks later for $30,000. And I thought, hey, this is pretty good. And then we bought another place, another note, and this had, the other one, the first one was vacant. I was just looking at the vacant stuff because it was easier to turn over. And then I started looking at things that were vacant but still had the buyers around that would talk to you. And we talked to the buyer and he said, I am so glad you called me. He said, I don't want this anymore. I bought it as a rental and it's been nothing but trouble. I'll give you a deed in lieu. Okay, so we did that. And literally from the time that I bought it till the time that I sold it, I put it on Craigslist right away and sold it. We sold it, I think we bought it for $11,500 and sold it for $22,000 5 days later. And I thought, hey, this note thing is really good. And so basically it's evolved from there. And we're doing not only vacant properties that I look at, but properties that are occupied, owner occupied, and to work those out. And so I'm here to look for other strategies and network and meet other people and find out what other people are doing. I've been around people that do partials, but honestly, I don't really have the connections to sell partials. But I've started to build the notes that I could actually sell off partials on those notes and stuff. But I don't really have the connections. So if anybody's here, please come and talk to me. And
Fantastic.
so that's about it.
Thank you very much.
I like your paper stories.
My paper stories? Thanks, Gene. It's not fiat paper either. It's not fiat, it's gold-backed paper. No,
Hi, Jeremy Gung from Southern California. I fix and flip and have some rentals and buy some notes. And I'm here because I've been buying some private notes where the paperwork isn't very good, and I wanted to see if there's any solutions to that.
Okay, solutions for paperwork.
Like they're missing the note, or you know they're guessing on when the last pay date was, or what the balance was, or what the interest was.
Like you bought them, or you want to maybe buy them?
I've bought a couple. I bought them cheap, and I just thought I'd see
See what
you know,
happens?
see what
Yeah.
happens. But I'm looking at more, but I'd really like to know really what I'm buying before I buy any more.
Fantastic. Thanks.
I'm David Montano. I'm in the Inland Empire area, right near Jeremy, actually. I'm a licensed broker, and our family is, we're in the market to buy small apartments, somewhere in the 5 to maybe 20 unit range where we can implement the owner finance strategy. And also at the same time, I'm trying to build out my retail brokerage so I could be able to sell properties, owner finance, non-traditional. So I'm here twofold, to try to buy more apartments using owner financing and be able to sell with the leads that we're generating from our brokerage. So.
Yeah, so isn't that 5 to 10 units, isn't that a good space to buy with owner financing? Because isn't the commercial lending a little low in that little niche?
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
perfect to get it with terms, right?
Yeah, I tried to get into bigger properties by, some brokering and syndicating some of my other clients, but I found there was a lot competition in that space, and it doesn't allow you to be creative. It's more bank debt at that level, so this allows me to be able to use direct mail and be able to target mom and pop. So.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Hello.
Oops.
Hello, hello.
That's the noise, that's the recording.
Hello.
Yeah, you need both.
Have both?
Igualmente.
Okay. My name is Heidi. Too short. I mean, look over here. I'm a real estate broker and investor as well. I have done a variety of real estate. I also own a property management company. We manage about 300 plus doors. With that, there's a lot of aging investors that I've handled their properties for years. And my whole goal would be how to utilize seller financing, number one, so that I could acquire personally more investment properties without, going to banks. But I also want to be able to structure the terms in a good enough fashion that they could go ahead and resell their notes and make a pretty good profit. So I want to be able to utilize seller financing, but then at the same time, if they really, their ultimate goal is to cash out, that they cash out, at a nice cash out. They're happy, I'm happy, and I'm able to retain the property. So that's my goal.
Sorry, honey, where did you say you're from?
Yeah, where are you from? Hollister, Gilroy, and Morgan Hill.
San Jose.
San Jose too. South of San Jose.
Great, thanks. Marion, or Sochita, sorry. You guys.
Good morning. My name is Sochita, and my partner here, Marion. We're from Southern California, Long Beach. Hello. Hello again. Anyways, we're from Southern California. We just started investing in notes. Our full-time job is in healthcare. So this is our part-time business, but we've always been in real estate investing, much earlier. We are interested in building more of a retirement programs for us once we leave this full-time job, and then getting into the notes business full-time.
Yes, so how we got into it was 2014, we bought some non-performing seconds. We did really well with that. Then we transitioned over to first performing mortgages. That was fine too. But I think as we kind of got in at the tail end of the note biz, I think anyways. So price started to ratchet up quite a bit. So I think now we're more interested in building like a portfolio, buying properties and then seller financing them, get a note, maybe selling that as well. So we're interested in learning, how to do that transaction. We also get a lot of people who want to sell partials, which I don't know anything about, so I'd like to know how to value partials. Contract for deeds, we see a lot of those, so I'd like to know, more about what a contract for deed, how risky that is to buy versus like a.
Okay, we'll talk about that too. We'll bring that up. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Come on over, Dean. You're from here, aren't you? Yeah, I saw you at the. Great.
Hi, my name's Dean Bingham. I had a very good career as a firefighter. And because of that, that was my focus. And now I've dabbled in real estate, and I realize that I've carried for people, I've bought owner carry, I've done the foreclosures, but it's all been small and dabbling in it. And I'd like to do something else on the passive side.
Great. Wait, so you've done a lot of owner carry buying and selling? Just the note?
Not a lot.
You've just done some? But the whole, there's a note business to that. Didn't occur to you before, right? Most people don't.
I'm a slow learner.
No. That came out wrong, didn't it? That really came out wrong. Oh my God, you didn't know? No, well, the thing is, that's the problem is even your realtors and your accountants and your lawyers don't tell the people that there's there's a market for that. Sherry.
Good morning. My name is Sherry Hill. My company is Sage International. I'll be, I think, speaking tomorrow. And lean in. My world, I work with, have worked with, and continue to work with literally thousands and thousands of real estate investors across the country. My clients are from all over the world. And so when we hear the term asset protection today, most people think immediately corps, LLCs. Well, I'm going to share tomorrow a little bit of how I think about asset protection and the strategies that I use when I work one-on-one with individuals. And so always ever expanding my toolbox, the language of real estate. That's why I'm here, also to share that there is education that continues out there. And so the Property and Paper Summit is why I reached out and invited friends to come up too. So the toolbox is constantly expanding on how I can help you really protect what you're working hard to create, because it's not about how much you make, it's actually what you keep that counts.
Fantastic. And plus, she was in Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. I'm just saying. Did you guys read that book? Yes. He talks about her in that book. That's her. That's her. And I met her in my hometown now. It's so cool. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you? I'm John Kesner. I'm a buy and hold investor in Reno, Nevada. Interested in doing notes. I think there's a lot of opportunity with aging baby boomers that hold a lot of real estate. So I guess I'm looking on the buyer side of notes. I'd like notes to be created for me. I also, my most immediate need, I have some tenants that I would like to transfer over and finance them in a purchase situation. So I would need to create a note for that. So.
Excellent. Walter, do you know how to talk?
No, I don't know how to talk. Okay, Walter Wofford, Jackson, Mississippi.
He's
Pleasure
the miracle out of the eye of the hurricane. He is here with us today.
Yeah, hold back to the hurricane. I wear several hats, affordable housing provider and note creator is what I do mostly. And we buy a house for cash, usually in an IRA, and then sell it to a homeowner after they've rented for a while with financing. Usually we create two notes, a first fully amortizing loan and then wrapping it. And we sell off the first to get our liquidity back to go do it again. I also do, I want to tell you about a deal that Quincy and I did this past week, and by the time I talk tomorrow, it may be consummated, but it's a joint venture purchase inside a trust, and I'm going to show you how we structured that using retirement plans. Is that okay? Also, something that's held my attention lately is the short-term rental space. I really like that business, Airbnb, and we just got our fourth one up, and we'll have the fifth one up later on this month, and then the sixth one the following month. So you have to get some systems to do that. But it's a good tool to put in the toolbox, right? If that's what you want to do. And my goal, basically, $1,000 net per house per month. It takes work to do it. How many you need? I've given you enough information to see if you want to do that.
Are you doing that in Jackson?
Only in Jackson, in my hometown of Jackson. Actually, most of them in my own neighborhood. We just, we're buying, I want to tell you about the deal that we bought a house last Friday with seller financing, non-recourse, in a trust. And 3% interest, that was a little much, but that's what we agreed to. And so I'm going to talk about that model of how we orchestrated that deal. And it wasn't a small, it was $325,000 purchase. So, I want to lay out how I negotiated that particular one, because I did the same thing with commercial buildings and others. So that's, okay? Not enough?
Excellent. Yes. Abby.
Hi, Abby Shemish, Amerinote Exchange. I am I guess I'll be speaking here tomorrow about primarily the note brokering, note trading, and marketing, how one would enter into this business as, you can call them a finder. I don't really like to use the word broker, but that's fine, I guess, for this demonstration. Locating them, targeting, locking them down, taking them through underwriting, and finally funding, using that the fees that you collect from the sales of these or the trading of these mortgage notes, both firsts, seconds, commercials. We could even talk about business notes. I know this is a property summit, but there is a market for uncollateralized business loan debt also. And then using those fees to apply that to the purchase of your own assets, mortgage notes, properties, whatever that may be. But I'll specifically be focusing on the actual maintaining of the brokering strategy, the marketing, how one, the follow-up, the persistence, and all that good stuff. So that's really what we'll touch on. But if there's any questions about that prior, please let me know. Again, Abby Shemish,
And
Amerinote Exchange.
why did you even come here, bro? I mean,
What's that?
no, what are you here for?
I'm here to learn from you, actually.
Oh, well,
the professional. It's true.
No, but you were telling me some things I can't remember that you wanted. I mean, here you are doing successful there, but then what are all of these?
Yeah, I mean, we could touch on all that. We could touch on structuring partials. For instance, I'll give you guys an example. And we were talking about it last night with Dennis, where you find a note. And the note seller wants, let's say they have a 30-year note, long remaining amortization, 20, 25, 30-year. They want a full purchase offer. Now, this does require a lump sum of capital if you're going to do this for larger dollar amounts, but there's a way to obtain quotes on partial offers from investors, whether they be private or institutional. And then, let's say, just an example, my numbers may not be exact here, so please forgive me. Let's say you have a $125,000 loan that's been paid down to $80,000. Let's say it was a 30-year amortization to begin with, and there's something like 27, 26, 25 years left on payments. It's an $80,000 balance, and let's say you get a partial offer from an investor for $60,000 or $50,000, we'll say, for 120 months. And let's say there's an additional, 10 years or 15 years beyond that. Well, if you get a $50,000 offer on an $80,000 note, and that's a partial, that's your gross right there, you can actually step in and purchase the remaining payments, as Dawn was saying, on the back end for a smaller amount. So for instance, let's say that I had $65,000 that I can move from one account to another. We get an offer for $50,000 for the first 120 monthly payments. Well, you can buy, as an investor, the back end of that by throwing up the additional $15,000, moving your $65,000 into the escrow account at closing. The investor then puts their $50,000 into the escrow account. The seller gets the full purchase offer for $65,000 on an $80,000 note.
Right.
And then for the first 10 years, your investor will collect. And after 10 years, you then got 140 payments for $15,000. So there's ways to structure all kinds of deals and just brokering with putting little to no money. The trick with that is that you need $65,000 to move to an account, because very unlikely that an investor will throw $50,000 into their escrow account and then have only have you throw 15 in, knowing that you're going to make all this money on the back end. The investor's probably going to say, look, you put the money up and then we'll put it in and pay you back on day of closing. So
Walter's got, there's a lot of strategies for that. So excellent.
Yeah, and that's one of many that we can discuss.
So instead of just the broker hat going, how can I participate as an investor?
Exactly.
Not just the...
Exactly.
Excellent.
And we can touch on both, but there's a lot of knowledge in this room, so I don't want to act like I know everything, because I do not. I'm here to learn as well.
Well, your wife knows more than...
She always does. She always does. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Good morning. My name is Sabrina Allen. I am now from Reno, Nevada. Originally I'm from Ohio, and 3 years ago I moved to Carson City. And Don and I were probably lived about 10 minutes away from one another, but I met her in California, actually. Small world. I am here because I am the president of Main Street Asset Solutions, which is a mortgage servicing company, and I want to service your loans so you don't screw them up. That's one reason I'm here. And the other reason that I'm here, in my free hours after working 14-hour days, I actually do some fix and flips, some buy and holds, and I offer seller financing in Ohio. I buy properties anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000, put some money in them, and offer seller financing to people who would not traditionally be able to be homeowners. I have a very, very strict program, but that program has been very, very successful in the Ohio market. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to continue to learn and to build myself a network of wealth of knowledge. You are as strong as your network, and your network makes your net worth.
Fantastic. But you didn't even mention the joint custody with Christy.
Oh, and I actually have a daughter that I share with Don because I moved to Carson City. I claim her as my own child.
Because Christy worked for Main Street for several months, and wow, that was a great education you guys gave her. Thank you very much. Thank you for training my staff. I appreciate it. Whoops. That's what I said.
Oh,
Brenda.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
My name is Brenda Boom. I am actually a hairdresser, but I've done real estate since about...
Can you do anything with mine?
I can.
Yeah, it's called a model. Wow. She's good. You gotta get it clean.
About 2009, 10, there was a big market for buying at the auctions, and so I did a lot of fix and flips, and I was really good at it. And then that died. So I just had a crew of people that would go in, and then I needed somewhere to put my money without just sitting in the bank, so I bought a couple of rentals, and I have those still. And about 2014, and I know about 10 people in the room I had met, including Dawn, in California, and I bought some notes, then some seconds, and have done really well with those, but that market's over. Well, unless you're buying crummy paper at a really high price. And I try to do, other than my rentals that I have, everything out of my Roth IRA. So I've done pretty well with that. So I get quite a bit of return into that. But I would like to know more about like owner financing, how to structure the paper. I guess that's about it.
That'll do.
All right.
Yeah, through Walter's Financial Friends, and if you don't know, Walter, you didn't mention this, but he has the Financial Friends Network. Quincy. Quincy and Walter, I've been following them around since 2013. Going on your things. Who doesn't know, who's never been, about Financial Friends Network? Seriously, it's a really powerful, it's transformational. And, you know, That, Wayne says it was spiritual. Okay. Yeah. Come up.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. It's good to be with all you guys. My name's Al Williamson. I'm going to be talking to you guys about short-term rentals tomorrow.
Most likely.
Okay, whenever we have time.
We'll see. Whenever I say.
So, my expertises are in inner-city landlording and ancillary income for landlords, side income for landlords. And one of those side income ideas is short-term rentals, and I have a lot to share with you on that. But this whole world of notes and the dance, all that's so new to me, I just can't wait. I just want to sit down so I can listen in. I have a lot of equity built up that I would love to deploy, and I have a retirement account that I need to do something with. So I'm so excited to be here and to share with you guys and just to soak up, because I know I'm going to learn a lot. And my wife is going to be, her eyes are going to be rolling with me telling her about everything going on. So looking forward to meeting each one of you. I am from Sacramento, California.
I guess I'm last. Last but hopefully not least. Can I adjust this up a little bit?
Yeah.
So, hi everyone, I'm Dennis Chambers. My background is I'm a licensed civil engineer, had a pretty nice career building bridges and dams and things like that. I was only able to dabble in real estate very little because I was working 1 million hours a week and not really having much of a life. So I decided I didn't want to keep this up till retirement age, or could I keep it up till retirement age, the stress and everything. So I weaned myself off my job and started a real estate investing business about 4 years ago. And I started out doing, getting rental properties, doing fix and flips. I'm involved in some commercial syndications, development projects. I learned about the note business in, I'm going to say December of last year. I didn't know this business existed, and I'm always open to, putting another tool in my tool bag, learning other trades. So in February, I started a note investing business. So I'm here now to really learn more about notes, connect with all you wonderful people here, and really look forward to working with some of you. And I want to try and grow my note business. I'm starting out brokering performing notes. I need to learn a little bit more about the non-performing end. But I'm here for knowledge and trying to grow that business.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Sacramento, I'm sorry.
Please come. Please come up.
Failed to mention. About 15 years ago, Quincy pulled the scales off my eyes about inherited Roth IRAs. Yeah, it was, and it goes back to what Bo said. I want some eat money today and grow my retirement account. That's what we all want, right? Well, the inherited Roth is something that Quincy and I can both teach you on. I hadn't told you this yet, Quincy, but my third grandchild beat the record of my other two. My third grandchild now at 3 months, has an inherited Roth IRA. And so my second grandchild was 10 months old when he got one, but I was a slow starter because it took me my first grandchild, when she was 3, she got one. Now, what does that mean? It just means it's the most powerful financial tool I could leave my family, because it goes on for their lifetime. And if you guys want to talk to me and Quincy about that, I help people talk to their family members about this, because it's a very difficult it's a difficult topic from having enough information to talk intelligently about it. Okay?
Yeah, there's lots of tricks and trades, and the thing I was trying to say earlier is, like, there's one guy that comes on these events, and he lives, I don't even know how old he is. He doesn't age to me. He looks the same all the time, but like, he lives 100% tax-free out of his Roth IRA and doesn't even use up any of his principal. Like, that's like life goals to me. Okay, like, I can do things, but how do I live tax-free for the rest of my life out of my Roth IRA? That sounds pretty fun. All right, well, that's fantastic. Go ahead.
Just one more thing. I wanted to know more about, you mentioned about being Dodd-Frank compliant with
The regulation.
So if you could just
Yeah.
tell us in a couple sentences.
You know how long you know how long the Dodd-Frank bill is?
I don't want to read it.
Okay.
Cliff notes are long. Trump got rid of that this morning. You didn't get the tweet?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about if we need any kind of licensing to do anything?
Licensing. Okay, great. All right, so we have a lot of things here that, I mean, does it seem like we have plenty to do? Like we have, yeah. Yeah, you guys are going to stay for the rest of the week, so. But anyway, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. And